What's up, guys? Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com. So continuing our series on Profile Builder, in today's video, we're going to talk about how to deal with left and right junctions and some things you need to know when things start turning with these assemblies. I'll link to the full playlist in the notes down below. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. Okay, so we talked last week about creating a stud framed wall and a balcony rail, and I'll link to that full video in the notes down below. But one of the issues we ran into is the corners weren't working properly. So just as a quick review, we're going to create our framed wall assembly. So we're going to add a new assembly, and the first thing we want to do is we want to add a profile. And so I've got that framed out right here, or modeled out right here. We'll just call this 2x6 profile right here. We're going to go ahead and put that insertion point on the bottom middle. Click on OK. And we'll go ahead and put a copy of this in our model like this. So now we've got a base plate. We're going to duplicate it. So we'll call this base plate. And that's one thing is you may want to think about labeling these as you do this because it makes fixing them easier. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the duplicate button. I'm going to duplicate this up by, it should be approximately, we're going to say 8 feet and then adjust it. So we'll adjust it like this in a second, but we can go ahead and click on the apply to see this. Then we need to add a component. The component is just going to be this vertical 2x6, right? So we'll just call this 2x6 studs right here. Notice that we need to rotate it. So we need to take this and rotate it 90 degrees like this. Then we need to move it over by about 1.5 inches and up about 1.5 inches. So 1.5, 1.5 right here. Note that if you double click on this button right here with an assembly selected, what it's going to do is it's going to automatically update as you make changes. So that can be a pretty big time saver. My left right probably needs to be 2.75 right here. And so now we've got our studs in here and we need to adjust our heights a little bit more, which is fine, but we're going to say these are going to be at 16 inches on center. I need a start setback of 1.5 inches, which is the thickness of the studs right here. This last one is fine. And it looks like my top plate needs to be a little bit taller. So we're just going to bump up this top plate to be 8 foot 1.5 inches right here, right? So now we've got a wall in here that automatically adds our studs, right? So we got this far last week, but one of the things you need to look at when you're creating things like this is you need to look at how this is going to act when you make a left and a right turn. So if I click in here, make a left and a right turn, notice how our corners aren't always working properly. Right? So like, for example, here on my right side, this is not putting a stud at the end, and it's also putting this stud too far on the inside. So we need to make some adjustments to the junctions that are going on here. And we're also going to need some specialized components in here as well. So one thing that I find helpful is to go ahead and we're going to create 2 copies of these components right here. Now remember that these are currently copies of a component. So if you changed one, they're all going to change. What I want to do is I want to right click on both of them and make them unique. And I'm going to name them 2x6 stud, 8 foot long left junction. And the other one I'm going to name with a right junction. And I also want to color them, right? So the left junction we can make blue. The right junction we can make red. And so that way I can kind of see them separately from what's in here like this. And by the way, I'll link to Profile Builder if you want to give it a try. So this is a really powerful extension for sure for doing this kind of thing. And so what we need to do is we need to now look at the way that these junctions are currently handled. Okay, and so the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that this is setting this stud in the corner so that it's placed out of the corner right here. right? And so what we want to do in this situation is we're going to take this stud and we're going to give it a junction setback, but we only want to give it a junction setback on the right junction for right now. So in this case, what we want is we want a post right junction setback of 1.5 inches right here. And notice when we did that, what that does is that adjusts the spacing in here so that this is now 1.5 inches, just like this. And it looks like it's spaced properly on the other side, so I don't think we need to put anything in the pre. I'm going to try it. Yeah, we don't need to put anything in the pre-junction right here. But now what it does is it brings this and it gives us a post-junction setback here of 1.5 inches. So now that stud is in the proper place. So all we need now is we need one of these right corner studs in order to be in this location right here. So what we want to do is we want to add a stud or add a component. We're going to pick this one right here. And notice how when we do this, it's placing this continually along this path. We don't want that. What we want to do instead is we want to set this so it only goes at the right junctions right here. So now this is only showing up at the right junction, right? So if we had like multiple copies of this, that red stud is going to show up on every right junction right here. And so what we want to do is we want to set this so that it's actually placed back over here. Okay, and so this one's a little bit weird, but remember that this is being placed based on your axis location right here. Well, this has the axis on the other side of the object. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is within this assembly, I'm going to take this and rotate that object 180 degrees. So notice what it does is it flips that object around like this so that the object axis is on this corner right here. Well, then you can take this object and you can just give it an offset. So in this case, this is going to have an offset of 2 3/4 inches. So we're going to type in 2.75 right here. And in this case, it's actually negative 2.75 right here. But what it does is it now places a stud in the corner on the right sides right here whenever we turn the corner. And we're going to do something similar on the other side. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the left junction and notice how we have an issue here where it's placing this stud too far back. Well, what we need to do is we need to set this so that it has a post right junction distance of 7 inches, right? Or a post left junction. So we're going to go in here and type in a value of 7 inches. We'll go ahead and double click on this right here. So now that stud is in here properly. And we've got this other stud in here. And what I want is I want this one to have a pre-right junction setback of 5.5 inches. So, or pre-left junction setback. So I'm going to type in 5.5 inches. Go ahead and update this. So now this places this in here properly. And we just need to do the same thing we did on the other corner, right? So in this case, we're going to add another stud right here, and this is going to be our left junction. We're going to uncheck everything but the left junction right here. We're going to set our left-right offset to 1.5 inches like this, and then we're just going to do the same thing. Well, in this case, we need to rotate this 90 degrees, and then we need to give it that left-right offset of negative 2.75, or maybe it's 2.75 in this case, right there. But now we've got a stud in here that's being placed on the left side and a stud in here that's being placed on the right side. So now we've got an assembly in here that works properly both from a left and a right standpoint. And then once you're done with this, you could come back in and get rid of the colors on these. So you could just use the material tool in order to remove colors from these, because you really only need the colors when you're setting this up. And then once this stud assembly is done, you can just save it. And you could adjust this, by the way. So if you wanted your stud to be facing the other direction or whatever, you could mess with the rotation and the junctions in there so that it's working like that. But then once you're done with this assembly, you would just save this. So in this case, I would do a 2x6 wall assembly complete. And then I can go access that later in future models. And so one other thing I wanted to help you troubleshoot is sometimes, and we saw this in the last video, you may have a corner piece that isn't placed right here that doesn't require a specialized junction. And so I'm going to show you how I fixed this problem where it wasn't placing this corner support on the actual corner. If you remember in the last video, which I'll link to in the notes down below, we set up a picket railing assembly that had vertical supports right here. It turned the corners, and then we used a span in order to set a span between two objects right here so that it was placing equally spaced pickets. But the problem is my corners weren't working. And so looking at this, it feels like you might have to go in and do some like crazy stuff with corners and things like that, right? But there's actually a really simple solution for this, and it has to do with the way that objects are placed inside of assemblies. So if we look at this, remember that we currently have a vertical support post component in here, and it's repeating this over and over again. Well, the problem is I have my component set up wrong. So if I double click into this object and look at it, notice how there's something off about it. What's off about it is if you look at this corner right here, I have my component axes placed on the corner of the object. Well, the issue with that is this is coming in here and this is trying to place this based on that corner right here. Well, when it turns the corner right here, the fact that this is off instead of centered is messing up the way that the corner works. So what we need to do is we just need to take this object, and this is for things that are like uniform, right? This will always just have one object on the corner. But if I come in here and I just adjust the axes so that they're actually centered on this object, and I'm going to go ahead and update my component axes like this, and then we're going to go ahead and update this. Notice how everything's a little bit off right now, which is fine. We just need to fix that. So we just need to take this and we need to give it a left-right offset of, looks like, 2 inches. So we're going to give it a left-right offset of 2 inches. And I can double click in here in order to put this in auto update mode. But if I do 2 inches right here, or -2 inches is what we want, that's fine. And then we also need it to move over by 2 inches. So it needs to have a start setback of 2 inches as well. So that's in there good. And notice how now this is actually placed on the corner. So now all we have to do is fix the span. And so the span is being placed a little bit off because of the left-right offset we have for that, because it was based on that previous central point. Well, if we just go in the span and just adjust our left-right offset to 0, and it looks like we actually need to move this over by ½ inch, or -½ inch right here. Nope, looks like ½ inch, so 0.5 right here. And it's not ½ inch, it's actually ½ inch right here. But now, if you look at this assembly, it's working properly and we don't have any corner issues in here. So for things that just have like a uniform centered object on the corner, you just need to make sure that you've set the object axes for these repeating objects to be the center of the objects right here. Okay, so that should give you a pretty good idea of how to handle your junctions on the left and right sides inside of Profile Builder. So I will link to the full tutorial playlist on this page and in the notes down below, as well as to Profile Builder itself. Note that is an affiliate link, so if you do end up downloading or trying it out and you end up purchasing, I do receive a commission. But let me know if you have assemblies where you've struggled with this in the past. I just love having that conversation with you guys. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.